And I'm going to do a little practice. I have what's called a volley board. And if you notice, it's a board that's about this wide and about this thin. And so I've got a racket and my foam ball, and I'm going to practice off the volley board, I call it. And it's a great way to practice your volleys at home, especially during the off season. And so learning how to volley, it's when you volley, you think about like a high five. I have these tips on the board to kind of remind me when you're learning about volleying, simple volleys. But a volley board is just something you can practice with. It's like if you're practicing basketball, you're dribbling down like this. Now you're dribbling forward, okay? And so high five, you got a high five here, okay? And so when I think about telling kids to volley, I tell them high five, medium five, low five. Always keeping your racket head above your wrist. Keep your wrist up, your racket eye level. So I got these tips on the volley board. And so when you think about volleying, I have another tip on here called the ruler. And you don't want to be swinging. About 12 inches is normal volley. You know, you could say for a standard, okay? You can go further, okay? So it's a great way of practicing. And when I'm thinking about volleying, I'm also thinking about catching, like a baseball player, you know, playing catch. And so it's a great way if you're going to improve your volleying, practice baseball, practice catching, okay? And so I think about pushing, okay? So when you're playing tennis or you're volleying, it's like pushing, okay? When you push with one hand, there's not much power. When you push with two, when you're going forward, a lot more power, okay? And so when you think about catching or pushing or blocking, you know, they all can be helpful, okay? Just ideas that help you to volley better. So when you think about it, let's go over some of these tips I have on the board. The volley's like your hand, okay? Volleying with your hand. It's you know, keep your wrist up, okay? You want to volley eye level, so if the ball is high, you want to stand up higher, you lower, you want to get lower like you're sitting in a chair, okay? Lift, get those knees down, and so when you think about volleying, you think about catching or pushing or blocking. When you're volleying, you think about high five, medium five, low five. Think about your hand, think about the ruler, okay, 12 inches. And so I have these tips on here that helps me. And so when I'm volleying, I do exercises like this. I'll do a short racket like this. I'll do medium racket like this. And I'll do long racket. And I do both hands. I do right-handed and left-handed so I can practice, okay? So it's a great way of using I call a volley board. So it's about this width, okay? That wide. The width is about this much. You need a racket and a foam ball, and then you can use other tennis balls, which is kind of fun. It's just a great way of practicing in the off season. Think about, you know, the edge of the racket. You can use the edge where the power is. Use this edge, okay, turn this way or this edge. Don't hold your grip tight.